record this short video to introduce you to the state-of-the-art luxury motor coach you are riding in, and to help you participate in the comfort, enjoyment, and safety of your trip.
I swear to God, I feel like he's staring into my soul. He knows my secrets. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra. If you're new here, I'm so glad that you found us. We are in California for this video. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited for this whole trip. So we both flew into LAX. Johnny flew in from Japan and I flew in from New York. We drove up from LAX through Santa Barbara along the Highway 1. We took the scenic route and it was absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend it. And then we got to Cambria, so we can start at the top and drive all the way back down and end in LAX again. Today is going to be super exciting. Also, look at these cute little guys. They were just having fun out here. We're at the Covell family Clydesdale ranch, and we are here to ride some of their beautiful Clydesdales. I'm super excited for this ride that they set up today. I think it's probably been like maybe 4 years since I went horseback riding. I feel like that's crazy long, and I was just super happy to be out and around the horses, and I went up to go say hi to a couple of them immediately. And then we got saddled up and did a quick little demo instructional as everyone got familiar. They actually decided to put me on the biggest horse that they had too. His name was Tyler. This is the view up at the top of the mountains in their property that we hiked up to with the horses. You could see the ocean on one side and the mountains on the other, and me and Johnny had the absolute best time. His horse's name was Autumn, and she was such a sweetie. Thanks so much, Tara. So after horseback riding, we decided to go get checked into our hotel. We are staying at the CAMBRIA Beach Lodge, and it is literally right on the beach. We could walk right over and watch the sunset. It was so pretty. I actually forgot to get a video of the hotel room when we checked in, but it was really nice. After we changed, we came literally right down the street to the winery for Madeline's. They also have a restaurant. We got to try some interesting Paso Robles and also Central Coast wines. And then we went over to Robin's for dinner. I had a salmon and got distracted by a lot of the succulents and plants growing around. Like, why are they doing so good here? And the next day was super exciting. Yet again, we had a tour of the grand rooms at the Hearst Castle in San Simeon. And oh my gosh, 28 years of hard work and architectural planning has really paid off. Like, if 28 years is what it takes to peak, I still have 4 years to go, and that's really inspiring. We're currently by the Neptune pool, and the vibes out here are absolutely transporting me back to Greece. This is incredible that this is out here in California. Like, this is someone's house. This was the pool that they would just hang out in and be like, you know what, let's just take a dip. I love that. The property was owned by William Randolph Hearst, and he spent 28 years building it with the architect Julia Morgan, who is incredible. She was one of the first widely recognized female architects in the whole world. And it's obvious why when you walk through the property. The immaculate detail and everything is just incredible.
Chaplain. He was a good friend of Mary Davies. And here on the far right, Eve Maju, who was the one who started the Screen Actors Guild. Politicians, Jimmy Walker on the far right, a mayor of New York, and Paul Block, a publisher on the left.
After we finished up with the tour of the main property, we went over to the Hearst Ranch Estate Winery, and we got to try some of their delicious estate wines. So next we got dressed for dinner, and are these not the most beautiful reworked vintage Prada charms? I will link her shop down below. And we went to make our reservation at Madeline's, the restaurant, this time. The ambiance was really nice. And I decided to get a glass of the Pinot Noir.
It's 2020 from Santa Lucia Highlands. Would you like a taste before?
Yes, please. Thank you so much. It was a bit jammy and had blackberry and maybe a little bit of raspberry notes. I liked it. I thought it was a good choice to go with my main course that I was going to get. I can't remember what Johnny got, but I tried his and it was really good as well. I ordered the spinach and mushroom risotto, and we decided to go with the strawberry cheesecake at the end. And then they gave us these cute little wine-flavored gummy bears. Oh my gosh. We decided to call it a night and go back to our hotel room. Also, the moon was being crazy as it was getting ready for the full moon. So today we got up early to go down to the Morro Bay and meet up with the Morro Bay kayaking and whale watching group. And Heather took us out kayaking on the bay. It was so fun and pretty, and we thankfully got a little bit of sun while we were out on the water. It had been super gloomy, so we were a little nervous that it was going to get canceled by the rain, but thankfully the sun did come out for us. Wow, is this not stunning? So we are checking into our next hotel, and this is the La Lomita Ranch. It is gorgeous. Pictures don't do the property justice. They have all kinds of options available. They do destination weddings, they have horseback riding, they have their own estate vineyard as well. It was just super, super pretty. They were super accommodating and welcoming, and they came out to greet us and help us get checked in. We got to take a quick little tour of the property too while we were getting checked in, and got a little bit of history about the first owner. The property was actually used to house Arabian horses.
To see where this mountain is here. Also, if you guys like hiking, there's trails that will take up this mountain. It's part of the ranch as well.
Okay, so here is the room. Whenever we first checked in, they had a little welcome basket set up and everything was all ready for us. Also, the woodwork and just the aesthetic of everything matched so well, and it was done in a way that wasn't like tacky Western. It was still like comfortable and luxurious. They had some really nice spa bathrobes and slippers for us. Also, all the artwork was of the different horses that were used on the property. And yeah, it was just a beautiful room. There were huge vaulted ceilings and lots of windows, so there was plenty of natural light. The bathroom was beautiful. All of the tile work was done by Debbie's husband, and they are both just super sweet, and he's super talented. I absolutely love the black and white deco Spanish tile style done throughout the entire property, especially this shower. Like right here, you can't hear me, but I'm just talking to myself about ways that I would install this shower in my own house. Like, I need this shower. Like, I can never go back to our New York shower after this. So for lunch, we stepped out for some fresh seafood down at Merseas restaurant. You walk all the way down to the end of the Hartford Pier in Avila Beach, and it was amazing. We followed up with some more wine and fresh oysters at Signor-LaValle. I highly recommend you stop in here for a tasting.
Straight across, and you're gonna go left.
And then on the drive home, we were both captivated by the moon. We were both just like talking about how crazy this supermoon is for this month, and the way that the light was shining through the trees and everything was so crazy to see. And then we went went back to Lomita to their own winery to try some of their estate wines. I absolutely loved their Chardonnay. Look at this little frog I found. For dinner, we went into San Luis Obispo to Nate's On Marsh, where I had another glass of Chardonnay to go with my bacon cheeseburger and french fries, which were really good. The restaurant was super cute and a lot of people were talking about it. The next morning we woke up early to get ready for our activities, and I took a nice little morning stroll around the edge of the property in the water. There were lots of ducks out on the water, and on one side you can see the horses, and then on the other side you can see some of the cattle, and then there's just vineyards in between everything. Speaking of vineyards, as if we haven't already been drinking enough on this trip, today we'll have plenty more of that in store. We went to get buckled into a sidecar motorcycle over at the Wolf Vineyards, and Jeff took us cruising through the Edna Valley to visit 3 of the nearby vineyards and do little tastings at each one. This was so fun. It was a great way to see the area. We got to talk to Jeff during the ride about some of the wineries and other areas in Paso Robles nearby. It was just super, super cool to get to learn about all these different kinds of wines that come out of the Central Coast. Whether you're interested in wine and want to learn more about what the vineyards out here have to offer, or if you just want to see the area whenever you're going along the Central Coast, I definitely recommend you look into doing a sidecar tour. So our first stop is Sausalito Canyon.
Field blend, which is Carignan, Zinfandel, and Malbec. So you're gonna get a lot of backbone, a lot of structure from Carignan, fruitiness from the Zin, earthiness from the Malbec. Something we put together kind of as a barbecue wine, just something more like fatty foods.
Carignan
yummy.
is a heavy hitter.
It is, and it's something that you hardly ever see on its own. It's almost always used in blends.
Yeah.
Because it has a big dried acidity, a lot of it's used in blends for structure.
Cool. It's a little
it's not
tiny
super
grid.
fruity on its own though, so it's usually blended with fruitier.
Give it a little more complexity.
Yeah, it makes it really nice. More rustic kind of fare. You'll know when you try it. It's a food blend.
Thank you. Johnny really liked the field blend, and I actually did really like this Grenache, which usually I don't enjoy Grenaches. I don't know what it is about it, but typically the grape gives me like an ick. So that was a pleasant surprise. And then we got back on the bike to go to our second stop. We got to the Claiborne and Churchill Winery just a few minutes later. It was right down the road from Sausalito Canyon. I enjoyed one of their Riesling and Gewürztraminer blends, as well as their famous Zinfandel, which everyone loves. I tried to get a bottle and they did not have any because everybody loves it. So definitely come visit if you want to give that wine a taste. And on our way back to Wolf Vineyards, where we were going to have our last tasting, Jeff took us through the mountains and alongside some of the pastures. And look at these guys out here. They're just living their best life. Oh, the dream. Not gonna lie, I was a little tipsy. I didn't get any videos of the last vineyard. After recovering, we moved into our downtown San Luis Obispo hotel. We are staying at the Wayfarer. It's one of the Hilton hotels. It was super cute, freshly remodeled, and had really fun vibes. It definitely matched with the college town theme that the rest of the city had going on. Also, look at this photo collage wall in the bedroom, and it was on the ceiling too. Like, the room itself was really cute. Nothing super fancy. It's nice because this hotel also has their own restaurant and bar downstairs, as well as their own working lounge, which is really great. We definitely have a little bit of like work to take care of and some of our downtime that we've got here. So we're gonna freshen up and change and go back down into the center of San Luis Obispo to walk around. We came over to a local brewery called Antigua to get a little drink. Johnny got a flight and I got a spiked seltzer. For dinner we went to Luna Red, which is actually Robin's sister restaurant in San Luis Obispo. We had a tuna ceviche as our starter and I had king salmon fish tacos. And then we decided to go on a hike. We went up the Madonna Mountain right above the Madonna Inn, and we got really lucky. It was a super sunny day. It was really warm actually. We ended up taking off our jackets, and it was super pretty. At the very top lookout, you could see the whole town of San Luis Obispo in the valley, with the mountains on one side and the Pacific Ocean on the other side, and all the nature and the foliage. That's Johnny taking pictures of some flowers, and yeah, it was just very magical. I got scared by 2 hummingbirds. It was so funny. They flew like right over my shoulder. I guess they were like drinking from some flowers next to this tree here. We found this super cute little bridge and also this like magical hidden waterfall. I definitely recommend the Lemon Grove hike. After our hike, we changed and came right down to the Madonna Inn. Look at this property. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. Everything is pink and 50s and just so adorable and so well preserved. This super cool hotel, coffee shop, ballroom, I don't know, there's a winery, like there is so much here. They do weddings. It's so cool. It was built by Alex Madonna and his wife Phyllis in 1958, I believe, but they continued adding on to construction for years afterwards. I'm taking notes for my home with this along with the Hearst Castle. We're gonna like mesh these 2 vibes together. These stained glass windows are really cool actually. Those are pieces of his life. This is the silver dollar bar, and I decided to order a pink cloud. Jimmy was like totally done with us when I asked for a picture because everything was pink, but he was being a good sport about it, so thanks to me. It's vodka and strawberry puree and whipped cream and pink sprinkles and a cherry on top, and it was delicious. We took a quick little tour through the rest of the ballroom and the Copper Cafe. I got a quick little picture while the restaurant was empty and they were setting up, and someone yelled at me to go look at the men's restroom. And at first I thought it was a joke, but Johnny said the men's downstairs bathroom is indeed famous, so I had to see what that was about. The decision to make the urinal in the sink a legit rock waterfall feature is questionable, but I do like this gold mirror. But at that point I was done. Or at least I thought so, until I saw this like creepy doll swinging in the trees above us on the way out, and then I was officially done. We considered getting some of the famous pink champagne cake before heading out, but we're still pretty full from our lunch earlier, so we decided to just get on the road and head to our next stop, which was back in downtown SLO at the Highwater Cocktail Bar. We got to meet with Robin and Dusty and get like a kind of master mixing cocktail info lesson. I absolutely loved my Benny and the Jets cocktail. We went walking around the town and went shopping. I picked up a black Onyx ring and a little something, and also this super cute tie-dye top, as well as this purple banded agate ring. It was actually our last day as well, so we got on the road to head back in. We stopped at the Cold Spring Tavern on our way back. It's in the mountains in the Chumash Reservation territory. It was really historic, definitely super cool. I had a pepper grilled cheese sandwich, and yeah, these guys were definitely some characters. The drive itself back was super beautiful alongside the ocean. I saw a family of dolphins at one point, and we pulled over and stopped to watch them peek up and down through the water. And then we got into Venice. Definitely reminded me of being back home in New York. We went out to a really cool bar with some of Johnny's cousins. This bar was called Misfits, and we had some really good drinks. My drink was tequila, and usually I don't drink tequila, but what was it? It was like chamomile infused, and it was really good actually.
Nice, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom.
It looks like water, not alcohol.
With that great piece of advice, we went over to make our dinner reservations. We went to this really great meat and seafood restaurant right on the water in Venice. We all went home absolutely stuffed. The next day before we left, we did a little bit more shopping. I picked up this beautiful labradorite crystal from Yanapuma, and we had these delicious, just classic cheeseburgers and fries right before heading out. It was definitely nice just to get back home, and it was the best to get home to this little guy who freaked, of course. Thanks so much for watching, and live life like art. Bye, beautiful people.